Hi everyone, it's Kelly. Thanks for joining me today. I am back again with another layout for the blog Hops with Heart. This month we are featuring a stars theme, and I cheated slightly because I did not use any stars on my layout, but I did use a starburst cut file from Scrapbook Nerd, and it is designed by the Cut Shoppe. I cut the cut file using an Amy Tangerine paper from her Better Together collection. It is the XOXO paper, and there was a little bit too much pink on the paper for the embellishments that I was going to be using, so I'm just using my watercolor paints and painting over the pink XOs to turn them into red XOs, so that way it fits the theme of my embellishments a little bit better. You can see that I've already backed the cut file with my photos and some patterned paper. Those pattern papers are from the Basic Gray Fact collection. It is an older collection. And here I'm showing you that I swapped out the yellow pieces for blue pieces. I thought it looked better and more cohesive with it just being a single color throughout versus having the yellow and the blue. And I did add some thickers for my title. I also added some hand stitching along the border of that blue paper just to give a little extra texture to the layout. Now I'm just rummaging through some of my embellishments. I use a majority of Project Life embellishments from Becky Higgins, and there I'm sorting through some ephemera pieces from the Hip Kit Club. These photos are from a trip that we went on to Disney World, and we were riding the Teacups, and I just recently ordered these pictures. So when they arrived and I was going through them, I was laughing out loud at my son's expressions. He was making some hilarious faces while we were riding, and I knew I wanted to scrapbook a few of them in order to get the feel of what was happening that day. So I was having a hard time figuring out how to fit them all onto one layout because they were printed at 4x6. So this cut file ended up working out perfectly. I was able to fit multiple photos on a layout without them overpowering the layout, which I really like. So I've decided that I want to add a little mixed media to the layout. The background paper that I'm using is a Studio Calico paper, and it has a real small grid design on it, and it's a yellow color. So I wanted to add a little bit more yellow just to help bring that out. So I'm going to grab my Shimmers No Yoking colorings, and I'm just going to use the packaging technique. I'm just going to spray some of the color on there and then smear it around. I did use a pencil to draw an outline of the cut file just so I knew where I wanted the mixed media to lay on the background paper. I didn't want to take too much time putting it down knowing that I was going to be covering a lot of it up. So the color looks good. I just wanted it kind of peeking out from behind the cut file so it looks exactly how I wanted it to. And now I'm just going to be bringing in some of the embellishments. All of the chipboard pieces are from Becky Higgins, and I'm just kind of trying to arrange them around the page. I'm trying to pull in a majority of the colors that are featured on the paper that I used for the cut file. And now I'm just going to start gluing things down. The two black pieces that I have on the layout are ephemera pieces from the Hip Kit Club from their, I think it was the July kits. So I mentioned briefly at the beginning of this video that this cut file is from Scrapbook Nerd, and it is designed by the Cut Shoppe. And you may or may not know, but Ashley designs cut files for Scrapbook Nerd, and they are free. So I will make sure to link to Scrapbook Nerd's shop in the description below. You're going to want to head over and check out the cut files that are available. They are really awesome. So as I was looking at this layout, I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of a border around the edge of the cut file. So I just used my paper piercer and just pierced some holes in the paper and added a little bit more hand stitching using some white embroidery floss. Now the edges of the cut file were raised from the background page. I think it was just from the mixed media and the gesso that I had on the paper. It just didn't want to lay flat. And at first I thought I liked that look. It almost looked like I had some pop dots kind of popped underneath the corners of the cut file, but once I added the hand stitching to the layout, it was hiding the hand stitching with it being raised up from the layout. So I'm just adding some liquid adhesive to the corners just to hold everything down. That way the hand stitching is a little bit more prominent. Now I'm going to come in with a T-square ruler and a pencil and just draw some lines in that empty space on the cut file, and that's where I'm going to put my journaling. I always like to practice what I'm going to write out to make sure it's going to fit in the spot that I have available for the journaling. So I just did that off camera. And now I'm going to come in with some enamel dots. I am going to use a few enamel dots from the Simple Stories Say Cheese collection. And then I'm also going to add some enamel dots from Pink Fresh Studio. And it's getting pretty close to being finished. I did want to add a little bit more black. I felt like because the journaling was at the top, it was a little heavy at the top of the layout. So I'm just going to come in with Heidi Swapp Color Shine in black and just add some splatters at the bottom of the cut file. I'm going to add the date using a roller stamp and black Close to My Heart ink. And then I am going to add another roller stamp that says Fun, Fun, Fun down on the bottom left in that area where that chipboard camera is placed. That was really the only spot on the cut file that didn't have at least a little bit of black in it, and I felt like I needed to add that just to help your eye dance around the cut file. So this video was pretty short and sweet today. I am going to leave you with some still shots, and I will also link to my blog in the description below. That way you can head over and hop along with us to see what the other paper crafters on the blog hop have created using the Seeing Stars theme that we have this month. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again soon.